In 1966, the small town of Point Pleasant was shrouded in a dark cloud of despair and impending doom. The cause? A mysterious creature lurking in the night, seemingly waiting for the next accident. Today we're going over the Mothman, which is super exciting. I know I love cryptids. I know you guys love cryptids. It is one of my favorite subjects to talk about, only because of the mystery that shrouds the beings. Let's get into it. Point Pleasant, West Virginia, a small town with a big history. It is a city surrounded by green, lush countryside, but steeped in a dark, mysterious legend. The name would suggest pleasant, relaxed lifestyles, which was the case for most of the time, until the year 1966, when an awful accident soon led to one of the most famous legends in history. Reports started pouring in of a dark humanoid creature with large dark wings and glowing red eyes. Encounters of this entity were said to be so frightening it would stick with the victims for years to come. On November 12, 1966, a group of grave diggers near Clendenin had glanced up from their ditches and saw something massive soaring above their heads. They watched as the creature swooped from tree to tree. They described the being as a huge, brown-winged human being. The gravediggers were petrified, which is saying a lot considering what they were doing at the time of the sightings. 2 nights later, a resident of Salem, Newell Partridge, was at his home watching TV, when he noticed out of the corner of his eye 2 red objects hovering in the nearby field. Upon investigation, he soon realized the glowing objects were actually eyes and belonged to a dark, tall, humanoid creature. The creature proceeded to rise up in the air and let out a terrifying screech. Bandit, the man's German shepherd, took off in pursuit of the creature and was never seen again. The next day, November 15th, 2 young couples from Point Pleasant, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Mallett, noticed a large black creature whose eyes glowed red standing near the road near the TNT area, which was a former World War II munitions plant. Linda would describe the beast as a slender, muscular man about 7 feet tall with what appeared to be wings folded behind its back. Linda could not discern the features of the creature's face because of how hypnotic its eyes were. After the couple quickly sped away, stating that the creature proceeded to pace the car even though they were going concerningly fast, making a screeching sound the entire time. It pursued them as far as the Point Pleasant city limits. In the following days, the Gettysburg Times would get a flood of other incidents and sightings of the creature. This all led to the Silver Bridge incident. The Silver Bridge, also known as Point Pleasant Bridge, was an I-bar chain suspension bridge built in 1928. It carried U.S. Route 35 over the Ohio River connecting Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and Gallipolis, Ohio. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. On December 15, 1967, the bridge collapsed amid heavy rush hour traffic. It resulted in the deaths of 46 people, 2 of whom were never found. It was reported that many people witnessed the Mothman perching on the bridge in the days leading to the accident. After the final report, which took 3 years to conclude, it was found that the failure of one eye-bar was caused by a 2.5 millimeter deep flaw that led to a fracture. The accident was heavily attributed to all the sightings of the Mothman at the time, some people claiming that the creature was the cause of the accident, others saying that the Mothman was only there to warn people of the coming accident. There are many more sightings, though. Including early winter 1957, Gerald Turris reports seeing a winged creature with the body of a large man while out hunting as a young man in Braidwood, Illinois. On October 27, 1969, Floyd Hancock is said to have been abducted from his home as a young child for an indeterminate amount of time by a tall winged humanoid before being returned. In fall of 1971, a retired police officer, David Ramos, reported an encounter with a shadowy winged humanoid when he was 12 years old near the Chicago River. In Salem, West Virginia, before a particular strange string of child disappearances. In Chernobyl, right before the reactor went nuclear. In 1999, a woman along with her husband and friend reported a flying red gargoyle in Rockford, Illinois. In Moscow, right before the 1999 Russian apartment bombings. Summer of 2000, 2 friends report a weird winged entity at Goshen Dam in Indiana. July 2006, a woman and her family report a man with bat-like features flying near their vehicle while driving in southern Wisconsin. Right before the Mexican swine flu outbreak in 2009. In Japan before the 2011 tsunami. August of 2015, a man driving in Gary, Indiana reports a dark grayish prehistoric-looking bird with smooth leathery skin. In 2016, WCHS-TV published a photo that had been claimed as the Mothman taken by an anonymous man driving on Route 2 in Mason County. October 2019, a woman reportedly encounters a 7-foot-tall humanoid with veiny bat-like wings in the Pilsen neighborhood of Chicago. In early 2024, a man claims to see a winged humanoid jump off a park tower in Chicago. The list continues on and on and on. Many people claim that the reportings are misidentified animals, possibly a large snowy owl or sandhill cranes. They say that the animals could be easily misidentified if they did not know what the animals looked like and in a time of immense fear. People also speculate that it is an alien, a transdimensional being, an angel, or a supernatural entity. Others believe that it's just a collective delusion brought on by tragedy and mass hysteria. Nonetheless, the lore surrounding the Mothman has led to a big source of tourism for Point Pleasant, resulting in a Mothman statue that was unveiled in 2003. It stands 12 feet tall and was sculpted out of metal by Bob Roach. It also led to a Mothman Museum and Research Center that opened in 2005 and an annual festival that brings in 10,000 to 12,000 people every year. The festival is held in the 3rd week of September and hosts guest speakers, vendor exhibits, pancake eating contests, and hayride tours of local notable areas. The mystery that shrouds the being has also led to many references in pop culture, including books, movies, documentaries, and even video games. So what do you think the Mothman is? Leave your interesting lore and opinions in the comments below. Until next time, my fellow spooky lovers, bye!